Hello everybody. In the last session, we learned about HTML's basic structure. Then we created a project in Spring Boot with a basic controller to display the HTML page. We also used ready-made components from Bootstrap to speed up front-end development with professional look and responsive design. So Bootstrap's core strength is its responsive design. It gives us ready-made components, classes, which are resized according to the size of the screen. So this feature is known as responsive design. That UI components, they arrange themselves on the screen as per the size of the screen. So same code, it can be used on mobile, tablet, laptop, desktop, and any screen size devices. So let us just run our app. So the app has started. You can see here the app started. Task Manager application app. Tomcat started on port 8080. Context path is root. Let's open a browser. So our server is localhost. Port, it is running on 8080 and context path is /, that is, we call it as root. So this is what we developed last week in the last session. And now let us see what is responsive design. You can see this is a laptop screen. Let me just resize it. You are seeing, you can see this image is shrinking and expanding. So this image is also responsive. Otherwise, if it is not responsive, then what would have happened? Image would have remained same and there would have come a scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar, and we will scroll it to see the image, right? Now further reduce the size. So you can see our size is reducing and you see what happened to nav bar. Let me do it again. See, can you see? This was the our navigation bar, and when particular point is reached, it folded. And if beyond, if more, uh, as more and more width is reduced, the same components which were visible bigger on the big screen are now arranged automatically as per the screen size. So this way you can see the same code. We have used it to design mobile first responsive design. Okay, so this is responsive design, what we called. Okay, now let's get back. We will understand again this the point where components try to change their appearance. So we developed this navigation bar, a carousel, two of the components we have already built, and you saw that we just did some copy paste actions, and we have got a navigation bar and an image carousel with animations and responsive behavior. This is why developers love Bootstrap. It saves time. But if we don't understand the basics, we will be like someone who can drive a car but doesn't know how to change a tire, right? So now we should see how we develop our own layout for some sections. For example, this section, this is not ready-madely available in Bootstrap. So this we have to design. Okay. So we will design it in such a way that the elements inside it, they will arrange themselves according to the size of the screen and also look beautiful on all screen sizes. Okay. Let's first see the basic code of our features section. This section is all ours to do. No copy paste will be done here, but we will write everything from scratch, but using Bootstrap classes. But did you notice something? I have written class equal to container here in this div. This is a div, this is a element, this is heading element, this is paragraph element, this is also paragraph element, and this is also paragraph element. So in this element, in its opening tag, in this element, in its opening tab, I have placed an attribute as a name and value pair, key value pair. Okay, so let us see what kind of behavior is coming because of this, right? First, let us just see. It is appearing like this. Now, let us remove it, save it, and rerun it. Now, let's refresh it. You see what happened? The margin automatically which was added because of writing class equal to container has vanished. Okay, let's do it again. Let's now add class equal to container, save it, rerun, and see what's happening. It took the automatic margin, right? But is there a change in content? Content means this text which we have written, features, add new tasks quickly, easily, track progress, get insights. Content has not changed. Only the appearance has changed. So what we understood, if we change attributes value, it changes its appearance but not the content. If we need to change the content, we should modify HTML tags and elements. And if we want to change its appearance only, we should modify its style, right? How do we modify style? Using cascading style sheets or CSS, what we call it in short. But here we have not written our CSS. It's a bootstrap class, right? It's a bootstrap class. We have not written our CSS. It gives us spacing, alignment, and a clean look without writing CSS ourselves. So what is CSS? It stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It is a language that is used to control the presentation, that is look and feel of HTML document. CSS tells the browser how elements on a web page should appear, their colors, sizes, spacing, fonts, layouts, and more, without changing the actual HTML content. So how do we apply these cosmetic changes to the content inside an element? By using style attribute of the element. Okay, so let us write some code now for ourselves, and let us see what is this CSS all about. We will not do this in this project. We will put it aside for a while, and let's just open a new HTML file. What will we name it? Index.html. Yes. So now this will open in browser. Put it aside, and for editing we will open it in, let's say, Notepad. Keep it this side, keep the browser this side. Okay, we will write some HTML code. Minimal we will write. What is the minimal HTML code? HTML, close HTML tag, head, close head. Inside head we will write title, close title. In title we will say CSS example. Save it, refresh it. You can see title has changed. Now let's create a body to display the content in this browser. Let's say hi. Save it, Run it. Yeah, it's displaying. Okay. Let's add some few more of the components. Let's say we add a container first. Container is div. This is a generic element which can contain another divs or other elements. In this div, let's give a heading. My website, anything you can write. Close heading 1, create a paragraph, close paragraph. Welcome to my site. This is, or let's say, create one more paragraph. Welcome to my site. This is a paragraph. This is another paragraph. This is yet another paragraph. Okay. So let's play around with this much of code. Refresh it. You can see my website. Welcome to my site. This is a paragraph. This is a another paragraph. All this content is displayed. Now let us revise our core concepts. What we saw, we used tags. What are tags? The name which are written inside angle brackets. Angle brackets means this. So this is a tag, this is a tag, this is a tag, this is also a tag, but the corresponding closing tag of this tag. Okay. And opening tag and closing tag along with their content becomes an element, right? So right now you can see our site is very bare, plain, only black and white color is there. So let's just make it beautiful. We'll make it pretty using CSS. CSS will be like a makeup for this HTML. It will not change its structure. It will just change the look. So let's change the look of this paragraph. Okay. So what we have to do, this is a paragraph. At present, it is displayed under the P element. Now we want to change its style. So we will say style equals to, we will say we need to change its color and change the color to blue. Save it, refresh it. You see, the color has changed to blue. Okay. And let's, for this one, let's apply another style, and that style can be font size, and we will say make it 20 px. Save it, refresh it. You see, size increased. If you want to increase more, let's increase the size more, and size changed again. Okay. And how we changed? By using style attribute. This is a attribute. What is an attribute? An attribute gives the extra information inside the opening tag. This is opening tag, and we have to use this style attribute in opening tag to change the style of the element inside this inside to change the content of this element. Okay. Now this is the quickest way of changing style of an element. We change a style of each element whose appearance we want to change. Okay. So we have seen 3-4 paragraphs were there. We have changed their style. Now let's say we need to change style for this also. Okay, so what we will do, we will write this style in this line as well. Refresh it. You see, both have changed. But what we see, both lines style has changed, but we have written the same style for both lines, correct? So there should be a way so that we don't have to write the same code again and again. Okay. It also aligns with the design principle known as don't repeat yourself. So let's use another way of using CSS. The way of styling we just used, that is inside tag, is known as inline CSS. What we used just now? We used inline CSS. Let's see another way of using CSS, that is internal CSS. Internal CSS means internal to the current web page, means to this web page. So if it is internal and meant for this only, and you see this thing is not being, whatever we are writing inside the tag is not displayed here, correct? Only the content inside the element is displayed. So what we will do, internal to this web page, so we will declare it inside the head, because we don't want that thing to be displayed on the browser. So we will write that in head, and we will use another element. That element is known as style. Okay. Now we need to change style of paragraphs. We need to apply blue color to all the paragraphs. So we will write whose style we need to change? P. And what we need to change? That we will write inside this curly braces. We will say color should be blue. Okay. Let's save it, refresh it. You see, color of all the P elements has changed, correct? Now using internal CSS, we can change style of each of the paragraph elements. Some more paragraph elements, there are many paragraph elements, and all of these style has been entirely changed, right? So uniform style has been applied to all of the P type elements, right? P or paragraph type. But what if we don't want uniform style for each paragraph or element? We can use another attribute to uniquely identify one of the element and style it specifically. For example, this one. This we need a slightly big font size, correct? And we don't want to use inline CSS. We want our CSS to be at one place and not jumble up the HTML content part. So we will move this also inside this style tag, and what we will do, first we will uniquely identify this paragraph, this element, and for identifying it uniquely we will use the attribute ID. Okay, we will say this is a special item. Okay, so we are identifying it with the word special. So we have to write hash special here, and same curly brace open, curly brace closed. Now you see, for all elements we can directly write the name of the element. For selecting a particular element ID, we have to mention hash, and here we will write font size is 30. Let's first refresh it. You see, now there is no style applied on this. It is only applying the P, and now we are giving a special here font size. These are CSS properties. What are these? These are called CSS property. So CSS has a color property. CSS has a property font size. We will say 30 px close. Now save it, refresh it. You see this CSS property, color property is applied to all p-type elements, but this one is applied to only this element because it is being identified with this ID. Correct? Let's say we'll change its color also. Make it green. Now let's see what happens. It become green. Okay. Now let us do one more thing. Put it above this. First we will define class for this special ID and then P here. Refresh. Sorry. You see anything is changing? No. Why? Because this is specifically for ID. Okay. But let's take another example where this is P. Okay, we will come back to that example. I want to mention that what happens. Okay, first this property is applied, this P is applied. So initially the color was blue. Okay, and then came this one, and it changed the color to green. So the later the CSS style is there, it will override the previous one. Okay. So this we will see a little bit later when we will use some classes also. Okay. Now let's say I also want this same style for another paragraph. So what I have to do, ID equal to special, right? Will it work? Yes, it is working. But this is not giving a error here, but it will give error in console. You see elements here. What is this? This thing we use for this is a inspection tool. It is inbuilt in many browsers. So it is not giving any warning here. Yeah, you see this one. Not in console. In console, it gives the warning of JS, JavaScript. But here, this warning affected resources, view metaport, a page layout. Okay, verbose. Okay, let's close it here. This I will show you in Spring Tool Suite about that warning. It is because it is a basic notepad file, so it is not displaying here. But remember one thing, this is a convention. Only one of the element can have a ID on the same page, whether it gives error or not. But when we will apply backend logic in this, the backend will be confused. Okay, which element we are concerned about, whether this one or this one. So we should never give the same ID to more than one element on a page. Okay. So what I can do? I can give it another ID, special 2. If I want to distinguish it from this and write here 2, then also it will work. But you see what is happening in here. This we can say both of these elements we want to give the same style. So that means these two elements belong to the group of a similar kind of category. Okay. So is there any other way for using CSS for a group of similar elements so that we don't have to use the ID again and again? Yes, there is another way, and that way is by using the class attribute. Okay, so class attribute, let's say this paragraph is special and these two paragraph they belong to the same category. So we will write a name special or same. Let's say any word you can write. That is not an issue. Huh? Class equal to same. Okay. And now we will use dot same. Dot is for class. Okay. And we will say color is red and font size is, let's say, 10 points. Okay. Let's say 20 points. And let us use a few more property. We will say background dash color is blue. We will say font color is white. Okay, and this is a class, and this using class attribute we are declaring this elements styling class is same, and this elements styling class is also named same. Or if there is a confusion, let us change it. Special paragraph. Okay, same. We may get confused with the word same because we are saying again and again same group, same group. So class name we can say special paragraph. Now let's see whether it is applied or not. You see what happened? I think some error is there. Okay, what? It it disappeared. Why? Let's see if we have made some mistake in class background. You see spelling mistake is there because these properties are predefined in CSS. Got it? We did a typo mistake here. So this property has no meaning in terms of HTML, CSS. What browser can understand is the predefined properties. So the background color is blue and the font color has become white. Got it? So this way we used the internal style CSS for grouping similar elements and for their common appearance. So inline first we used inline CSS here. This is not inline, this is just ID we have declared. Earlier what we write inside tag was inline CSS. So it was very quick but messy. Internal messy means it will mix HTML, CSS, entire code will be mixed up. So readability is hampered when you want to debug things, it becomes difficult. So it is better to separate the things. Separation of concern should be there. So let's put HTML. Let's put HTML at a different place and CSS at different place. Okay. So we see internal is a bit better than inline, but still it's on the web page. Okay, it is a single web page, then it is okay, no issues. But as the website will grow, you will see this CSS will grow in a large number. It may even bypass the HTML content of the page in some cases. So using internal in large websites, it will mess up the HTML code and the same styles. It this is this is just a single page which we have created right now. Big websites, they will have multiple pages, and there will be situation when we will need the same style on multiple web pages. So what's the best way of using CSS? This is the third way, and it is known as external CSS. That is keeping the CSS in a different file so that it can be used by multiple web pages. So what we will do, let's create a separate CSS file here itself. New file. Let's name it style.css. For CSS file, we have to keep the extension CSS. Yes. Okay. Edit it. And let's move this content to here. Okay. No need to use this style element anymore. Only we need to define our classes, style classes. Okay. Style classes and other attributes. Let's refresh it. You see what happened? It has come back to the plain old text when we moved the style sheet outside of this page. Okay. So is it working? No, not yet. Why? Because we have not yet linked these two files. How will as this page know which style sheet I have to use? Okay. It don't know where is the style sheet. It will come across this ID is okay, but when it comes to class, it don't have any style sheet. This we have put in on the desktop with the same at the same place where this HTML code is placed, but this page don't know where it is placed. So we need to link them now. How we will link? By using link tag. Okay. This link tag, it is known as an empty tag. Empty tag means it won't have any closing tab like this. So this is not required here. Okay. It will open and it is a empty tag, so no closing tag for it. Here now we need to use some attributes to tell the relation of what we are linking and from where we are linking. So let's tell the relationship first, and we want to link a style sheet. Okay, what we want to link? A style sheet. And where this style sheet is, we will give its hyperlink reference, that is href. Hyperlink means the link to access that particular resource. So where in hyperlink we need to give the address of the file which we are linking of style sheet type. Okay, so because they are in the same folder, we will just give the name of the file. So now these should be linked. Let's see. You see, it has loaded, right? Now we have linked our HTML with CSS using external style sheet and changing the property of the our HTML elements. So similarly, let's now close this. This also close. This also close. Let's open this. You can see if we open its page source, you can see this is the HTML, right? And they have also used class nav item, class nav bar, body tertiary, container fluid, right? So these are the classes provided by Bootstrap. They have written the CSS in the same style what we have written, but to a very big extent that they have created entirely for us to use it without going into writing CSS. much and focusing on our business logic rather than writing CSS styles. So where 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 does this that come from? How I mean, how does this HTML page, how does it know from where to pick up the Bootstrap CSS style sheet? You see here also they have used the link tag, right? Link tag href. They have given the hyperlink of bootstrap.min.css file. Okay, and relationship is style sheet. Okay, so these attributes, they can be in any order, first or second, that won't matter. Now you can see two more attributes they have used. What? Integrity and cross origin. So from security point of view, now let's see what we are doing, how we are accessing this CSS file. Earlier what we did, we accessed it from our desktop. Now we are accessing it from Bootstrap's server, right? But is it the best way? No. For development it may be okay, but from industry point of view, in production, whenever we deploy an application, from security angle of our application, all the resources should be accessed from the server, same server only. Okay, it should not happen that some of the component we are accessing from some other website servers. So next what we should do, because these, see, in this training we are not just focusing on developing an app, we are focusing on making it industry ready, right? It should be a real world app and it will be deployed in real time. So we will, during the course of this training program, we will also keep cyber security focus in our mind. Okay, not only the appearance and backend logic, but security as well. So it is not recommended to access it from another server. What we will do, we will download this CSS file in our server itself. Okay, and where it should be downloaded? In CSS folder bootstrap min CSS. And where will this folder be find? In the static folder. Till here it will come by default. Inside this we will create a new folder. We will say it CSS. Okay, and inside CSS, we will place this bootstrap.min.css file. From where we will get this file? From the Bootstrap website itself. Bootstrap, read the docs, download. There are multiple ways, but we need to download the file. We will download it. Here, extract it. Inside this folder, we will go to CSS, and this is the file bootstrap.min. We will copy bootstrap.min.css. Copy, come back to this, paste it in CSS. Right? So now we have changed the link. Now there is no reference to Bootstrap's external website. It is residing in our CSS inside CSS, and we need to put a slash first. Slash means it will come here static, inside static, and inside static CSS, and then bootstrap.min.css. Let's run it and see whether still bootstrap is functioning. So you see, yes, it is functioning. Let's see the page source. This link, it is referring to the local file only. Okay. Now you may remember that we have also used the JavaScript file also from Bootstrap. This is required for some JavaScript component. So what is JavaScript? First we have seen HTML. Now we have seen CSS. Now one more concept is there. One more programming language is there, JavaScript, which is used for making this web page interactive. Right? Interactive means it will respond to some of our actions, or it may perform some action on its own. So HTML displays the content, CSS makes it beautiful, and JavaScript makes it interactive. So if we want to see what this JS is doing, we can just remove this for now, run it, and see if there is some change. You see, now this is not moving. It has become static, no interactiveness. Other features are same. CSS styling is also same. You can see this is some background color is there. This is plain white. This is heading. But this interactiveness, the movement of the slider has stopped. So this is for what JavaScript is required. When we will develop the further components, we will use JS as well for making our web pages interactive. So this need to be keep it here. So there is a script known as bootstrap bundle.min.js, which is bringing this functionality of slider. Save it. Let's rerun the program and see. Now the JavaScript is there, so this is started moving, correct? So now you know all the three components of front-end development: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. From security point of view, let's remove this website reference from Bootstrap and keep this Bootstrap file in our local server. So here we will say new folder, name it JS. In this JS folder, we will copy paste the JS bootstrap dot bundle dot min.js, right? Min means this is a minimal version to reduce its size. Paste. It is here. Now let's run it and check whether the JS on the page is working or not. So it is still working. We see the page source. This link is also now local. Style sheet is also accessed locally, and script is also being accessed locally. So this way we have avoided a vulnerability which comes in production servers due to use of some other servers references, right? So this way the basic HTML, CSS, and JS you now know. Let us continue developing our this features section. Okay, this class container, now you know why container we have written, because to use the built-in CSS of Bootstrap. Let us see one time whether what I am saying is correct or not. You open this bootstrap.css file. Can you see? Same way they have written. H2 element font size is this. This media. This is media. These are known as media query. So the responsiveness which we have seen, shrinking and expanding of elements, arranging of elements as per the size of the screen. This is because of this media query. This media query determines the current size of the screen and arranges the elements accordingly. But we need not write these because Bootstrap has already written for us. We just need to use them. You can see this is a very large CSS file. For every kind of element, there is a style. There are a lot of classes written. You see, display to according to media, according to screen size. You see, so many are there. We will just use them. We are not gonna write them. So this was bootstrap.css, and same file what they have done to reduce its size, they have minified it. So it is not readable, human readable. Human, it is difficult for humans to read, but it reduces the size of this file significantly. Okay, and it's good for production side. Let's turn it down. So for this feature, let me again go to Bootstrap 5. Let's go to layout. Let's see what is breakpoint. What was breakpoint? The point at which the layout changes. So you can see this is a breakpoint somewhere here, huh? And this is breakpoint is being defined based on what? Pixel. So if we see the core concepts of layout, first thing is breakpoint. So in Bootstrap, there are 6 default breakpoints. First is extra small for devices whose pixel width, it is seen in width, not length, whose screen width is less than 576 pixel. So small phones will come in this category. Then next is small. For this we use SM. This we will use in when we will code, right? So this is what we write in our code. If we need to make our component for a small size, we will use SM. If we need for medium size, we will use MD. If we need for large size, we will use LG. So these are different screen sizes. This laptop, it will fall in this category. And this or this one, है ना? Large or extra large, extra large. This is for bigger displays. So we will normally focus on this size, MD. Okay, MD size. You see this, our nav bar is expanding somewhere. It is collapsing. So this collapse class is there, and it is somewhere telling this button. It is coming, and where it is coming, you see nav bar expand LG. So as soon as LG screen starts, large size starts, the nav bar is expanded. Now it is written here. This from this point, LG size starts. So because we have written expand from LG, so it is expanding as soon as LG size is met. Okay. So this size normally comes for small tablets and large phones. This is a tablet size. These are small laptops, and this is big screen laptops, and these are large desktops. This is basically desktop, and this is large desktops. So now use, let us see what is containers. Containers. This is a fundamental building block of Bootstrap that contain, pad and align your content within a given device or viewport. Padding margin, this also we will learn in some time. You see, here it is given container, container fluid, and container breakpoint. So we can use it in this way: container, container fluid, or container SM, MD, LG, whatever. This we will see in later stages use of this. Right now we have used container and container fluid. These two classes we have already used. Where we have used, you can see in the nav bar. Nav bar is container fluid. Okay. And in features we have written container. So container fluid, you can see there is no margin on the left or right. Container, simply container, there is margin on the left and the margin is also there on the right. Similar margin, but we cannot see here. We will see this in here. Let's use container class for this nav bar. Okay, rerun it and let's see what happens. See, you see both side margin has come. So this is container difference between container and container fluid. For now, we will use container fluid only. For this feature section, we can use container because here we want it to spread across the width of the screen. Here we want margin on both the sides. Now let's enhance this feature section. It is very plain kind of thing. Let's create for these three sections. Let's create these three features. Let's create three different sections across the screen. So let's come back to this bootstrap. And now we will see the grid system. Grid system means the entire screen is divided into rows and column. This is a basic example. This is a container. This is a row. This is a column, column, column. Here what we have written, we have not defined SM or MD or something. So this means for extra small size and above. It is Bootstrap gives us mobile first design. Means the design is first created by keeping mobile screen in mind and then for larger screen it adapts. So you can see if let's say just shrink the page, you can see all the columns they are taking equal space in here. Okay, equal space they are taking. All are taking equal space and they are coming in the same horizontal line. So this horizontal area, this is how this we are achieving by using this class row. And inside this row, we have created another three divisions using this div. And each of the div we have told it has to appear as a column. So 3 column 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So we want to use in the same way. We will take this one from here. Let it be here right now as it is. We will say this one we will keep as it is. Heading 2 we will keep it in above the row. We don't want it inside the row. Features we will keep above row. In the row here we will keep first will be this one, second will be this one and third will be this one. Okay, for now let's keep this section also as it is and let's see what happens if we use this. Let's run it. Let's check it. See what happened. Features and three sections are there. Okay, equal sections, but you can see alignment is not a little bit properly achieved. So this was the default behavior. It was coming one under another and now we have divided into three sections equally. And this how we can see, We can see this using inspection tools. You see, this is a separate row and this is a separate row, and in this row there is this row there is 3 columns. This you will learn slowly how to inspect elements and troubleshoot front-end parts. Let us now remove this part. This part let us remove and see features. Now this heading we want to move it to the middle. Okay, let's move it to the middle of the screen. So for that purpose we need to use some other bootstrap class and tell it to center the text center. So the text is centered. Okay, and these text, I think these should come in center because they are right now going towards the left. So we will use this class in each of this column. Now we need not copy class again and again. The class attribute is already there. We just need to add on multiple classes. Okay, class and text center. So all the element inside this column divs will be centered. You see, now it is looking a bit better. They are arranged this way. Now let us make it a little bit more beautiful. Under each section we will add a heading, but H2 we have used already for features. If we will use H2 here again, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see. Create task. This heading and this heading is coming of the same size. So we should reduce the size of this, but it is a heading. So we will, let's say, take it H5. Okay, H5. Now let's see again. So this is now okay. Similarly, let's add a heading to each of the 3. And I use Control Shift and F to format the text inside, right? Like it was like this. These elements were on the same line I pasted, and I need not do this manually like this arranging. This has a feature built in with this ID, Control Shift and F, so it will arrange the code and indent it properly to make it more readable. Let's change the name of these headings. Let's say this is a heading, track progress is a heading, and we will give a description. Monitor what's done and what's pending, right? Similar way here also heading we will say analytics. Heading is analytics, and what's the purpose? To get insights into your productivity. Correct? Let's see how it is appearing. Features, create task, track progress. But is it still looking good? Not that much good, better than earlier, but we need to improve it. How we are gonna improve it? Uh, let's give some gap between this. Okay. So there should be a margin between these two elements. There is a difference between margin and padding. And what is that difference? Let us see. You can see this diagram. This is a this dark one. This is a element, the boundary of a element. For example, let's click on this one. You see the values are changing. So which is this? This is an element. So this is the boundary. And if we want to give some gap between another element, we will use margin. And if we want to give gap between element which are inside this element, we will use padding. So margin and padding. If we want to give margin outside the element, then use margin. If you want to give gap inside the element, then use padding. Okay. So let us give some padding or margin, whatever we want to see. I think some older version has opened. Let's go to latest version. Latest, this is latest 5.2. Now let's say I need first I need to see whether I need padding or margin. So this is a container. This is my heading. So I need some margin, M for margin, and below this. Below means y-axis. Okay. How much margin I want? I will write M by 2. Okay. And let's see margin and padding. M for margin, P for padding, T for top, B for bottom, S for start, E for end, X for both left and right, Y for both top and bottom. So what do we want? We want on top and bottom both or only on bottom? Let's just use it and see. I'm using MY2. What is this 2? It is the size. So sizes are available from 0 to 5 and then automatic to use auto. So we will normally use 1 to 5 as per our requirement. Let's use 2. It will give a spacer of 0.5. Run it and see it. You see, a little bit has increased, but not that much. So let's use 5 here. 5. Save it, run it again. So 5. So it is looking good. Maybe we can reduce the margin above this a little bit and keep for bottom it is okay. Above we can reduce it. So we need only bottom margin bottom, and number we can say, let's say 3. Run it, refresh it. So you see only bottom margin 3 and top there is no margin. But I think it is not looking that much good. So let's use my and 3 so that there is margin from top and bottom both, but not that much. That was with 5. Now it is fine. Okay. So this way these 3 are there. Now let us make it a little more beautiful. How to make it more beautiful? Let us add some icons in here, I think. We need to add some icons. How do we add icons? For that, we will use Bootstrap icons. So first we need to install the icon. How do we install it? Download the latest zip from here. This zip file let us download. Let it download. In the meantime, what we have to add? Install. It is gone. We need to include this link, style sheet, and this file we need to add, bootstrap icons.min.css. Okay, is it downloaded? Yes. Icons, unzip it. What is the name? Bootstrap.min.css. Is it there or not? Mm, right. So it was down there, and this file we need to copy. And let us put it in CSS itself and add it to our head, or not our head, I mean bootstrap HTML head tag using linking it. It is also a style sheet, bootstrap dash icons. So now this complete is over here. Now let us add an icon here. How we will add? We will place in a div. Div is a container. So we will create a container here. Container means what contain, which an element which can contain other elements. In this div, let's search for a good icon. Create task. So for task, what we can say, let's see if task is there. One is this. Work list. Anyone icon you can put whatever you like. Let's say board. Let's say clipboard. This one, or let's say this one. Clipboard. Some clipboard where it can be seen like some tasks are noted. Let's use this one. How to use? Copy this thing. Copied. You paste it in between this div. Okay, run it and let's see if it has come to our page. You can see it is there, but not being displayed properly. Let's troubleshoot why it is not displayed. CSS bootstrap dash icons dot min dot CSS rel is style sheet. Uh, for icon, I think, for icon, actually, we need to copy the fonts as well. The fonts provided by Bootstrap. So let's create a folder named fonts, and inside this folder, we should copy these two files. Let's run it and see if it comes. Yes, icon has come. So let's add another icon above these two. Let's search for some other icon. Here we are saying track progress. Progress, nothing is there. Some circle kind of thing, some checks. Check. I think this will be fine. Let's use this one. Copy and paste it above. Add a div. Paste this one here. Here also div, and this is analytics. So for analytics, let's use directly समझना है? Yes. For analytics, let's use this one, bar chart. Let's see if it has come. Yes, you see, both have come, but they are very small in size. So we need to increase their size a little bit so that they look good. So if we need to increase the size, we need to check what Bootstrap provide for font size. Font size. So font size. These are the different font sizes. Let us use FS1 and see if it looks good. Then we will go with FS1. FS1 for this icon. Okay. Now run it. See how it is looking. Yeah. This is looking good. Huh? Let's use FS1 for other icons as well. Font size 1. You are seeing how this CSS is improving the view of our home page. Run it. See, now it is looking good. Yes, let's improve it a little more. Let's give a margin also below the icon. In all the three icons, let's give uniform margin. Hmm, is it come? Let's make it 3, margin bottom 3, run it. Margin is not coming, maybe because it is coming with 1 itself. Let me check without margin. It is not coming. Let me put in this one, class MB3. Now let me check. Okay, so in directly inside icon tag, it is not working. So we can put it in the div containing this icon. So is it looking good now? Hmm? Yes. Now let's use some colors. Make it more beautiful. Let's see colors. These are the color, text, primary, danger, warning, info. So these are a lot of color classes are there. There are so many options in here. Let's start with the basic one, text primary. So this color is text primary without opacity or that we will use. So let's use text primary in the first icon. Let's see how it looks. Blue color. Okay. Second, let's use success. For the second one, we will use text dash success. Okay. For the third one, let's use text dash warning. Run it, check it. So now it is looking more beautiful. Okay. So how easy it is to design a beautiful home page. Now let us see if it is responsive or not. How do we check responsiveness? By resizing the screen. So you see it is decreasing with screen size. But see, this is not looking good on small screens, right? We need to work something around so that it looks good on a small screen size. Okay, let's go to Bootstrap and we will go back to layout. Columns, vertical or containers we have already. Yeah, this we have seen. Grid we were looking, and right now the columns are coming this way, but we need them not this, not this, this way, stacked one below other. So we will make some changes here. Container is okay. Text center is also okay. Now you see we have given text center in every container. So I think this won't be required. Giving it directly here will also work. Let's check. It's still text is still centered. Now we need to change it according to this layout. Okay, let's see what is happening here. This is a container, text is centered, then this is the row, this is our row, and we need to justify the content on MD screen size as center. This is text it is already taking as center, but these are the content, these divs, these are content, so we will need, they will also be centered on middle size screens. So this row, its components on its content or component on middle screen will be centered. Let's see if there is some effect because of this. See, you see, content are still centered. Now we just need to check how to make them call LG2. So this you see here we have written column class. Here we have and here what we need to change, column on a small screen it should take width of full column, and on large screen it should take 2 columns, right? But we what we will do, not a large screen, we will modify the layout after the medium sized screen. Okay, so this text center is not required here. This column we want on medium screen, it should take 4 columns. Why 4 column? Because we have got 3 components and there are total 12 columns in Bootstrap grid on a web page. So we will divide this row in 3 equal parts. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So on medium and big screen it is same. And you see, let me put it this side. On medium and large screen they are taking 4 column each. As we will go below the medium size screen, the layout should change. You see, they have come one below other, and on even smaller screens they will take this space only. Now is this looking good? It is much better than earlier, but let us increase a little bit space here. And one thing we can try here, that is shadow. Let me see if it is working. You see, a little bit shadow has come, or maybe this shadow we will use in this container. So now is it looking good? And there is no space below it. Why? We have taken margin y5, and this okay, this in heading we have taken this margin na? So below this it is there, and above this there is a little bit gap, but we have not given any gap above, so this gap must be coming because of this one. Why it is coming like this? Just type, just some ID issue was there. So let's say below this also margin should be 5, so that when we will put next section, it will take up a good margin over here. Correct? So now it is looking good. So this we have seen the shadow, and I think this, let's create one more section and then we will see the designing part, how it will look. So next section, let's say next section will be roles and permissions. We will say what are the roles and permissions that we are gonna provide in this task manager app. Same thing we will only change the content, roles and permissions. We will say first role will be admin, and what admin will do, he will manage users, system settings he will take, and overall application configuration he will do. Okay. Similarly, second role will be manager. What manager will do? He will assign tasks, track teams progress, and review, and will see the reports for review. Third role will be a normal user, or we can say, let's say it user itself, or employee, whatever role we want to make. Let it be user. It can be a normal user. So this user will represent the minimal role which anybody logging into the system will have. What this user will have, he will have his to-do list, he can view tasks assigned to him, he can update the status of tasks assigned to him, and update status of task to mark the progress of assigned tasks. Okay, now let's see. So this is another section here, it has come. Is it looking good, or without shadow it will look good? Let us just check. I think without shadow this is looking much better. Let's not use shadow here, or if we need to use shadow we can make it container fluid. Is it looking nice? No, no. Remove the shadow. What about container fluid? It is not having much effect, so we can keep container itself. And just to distinguish these two sections, let's give a little bit of background color in this one. Which color? Let's check bootstrap colors. We will use see background color. Okay, background. This one we will use background light. BG light. Now let's see. And because of the container div, it is showing, it is taking up a margin from both sides. So we will make this one container fluid, because with the background color it is not looking good. Yeah, now a little bit distinguished it is seen. And also give, because this is having a background, so let's give a little bit padding inside this div. Padding on y-axis, that is top and bottom both. Let's see what is the effect of 3. Hmm, 3 is, I think 3 is a little bit more. 2 will do. When it is taking, and basically it, you can see on y-axis bottom the effect can be seen of 3. See, bottom it has increased this area, this padding. Why on the top it is not visible? Because in this already we have given margin y, margin for this heading as 5. For this heading already the margin is there 5. So that's why the maximum margin is already over it. So now we have got our 2 sections. Let's create one more section, and this time we will create the login form. Now slowly we will move towards connecting front end with back end. For this we will take normal background. We will say login content, and for login we will need username, password, username, password, and submit button, right? 3 things we will need. So now we don't need this one. This is not required. This is not required. And this is not required. Okay. What we will require now, this row is okay. Let's first not 3 columns. We will not require 3 columns anymore. First, let's go to the form component, input components or form components. Form control. These are the forms. What is form? In normal life, we have seen whenever we need to submit some information, we fill up a form. So whenever we need to submit some information to our application or to the backend, we will need a form. Let's take a simple form first. Which one we should use? This is simple sizing. This is okay. I think yes, this one will be good. Let's take this one. And we will say input placeholder. So which class it is taking? Form control, and form control is already there, so we don't need it on LG. Type is text, placeholder will be username. Let us remove this ARIA label for now. It is for accessibility. What is accessibility? That we will see later on. Let's see what is the change in the front end. The section has come, but you can see because of call 4 it is coming here in this corner. So we should first center it. This login form we should center. How to center? Justify content center and call, let us say 6, and we will now put them in single column. Okay, let's see what has happened. It has come in middle. On a small screen also it will come in middle. So this is looking nice, yes, but you can see this is here, it is a lot of space, so we need to reduce it a bit. You can see margin Y we have taken 5, and padding also we have taken. So here, because of this margin, from here till here it is the margin. And let's check this, how it is changing. This is because of padding as well. Let's remove the padding. We can use this button also for relaunching, or this, both will work. I think now this is okay, but still in login we have given 5, my5. We need to reduce this one. now this is okay. This margin is coming because of this upper one. We'll make it 3. This also we will make it 3. This is how we keep on arranging our front end till we get the front end as we like it. Let's now take another input. This will be again form control, and we will say password. Why we are taking password? So that when we type in it, nothing is visible. Password characters are hidden. See here, if I will say admin and here I will say password, the password field is hidden. Now we need a little bit margin at bottom as well. py3. Padding is okay. And we need a little bit gap between these two. Now it is fine. And now let's put a submit button. We will use button also from here. Which button we will use? Let's use this primary button. And say login. So now this is our login form. But let me just see. This button is looking very small. So let it occupy full width, full available width. So now it is looking nice. So width dash 100. That means whatever width is available here, it will occupy the complete 100%. Complete 100% of its parent element means this div. This divs this complete. Okay, let's check responsiveness. So this is looking nice here also. Okay. Now last thing, let's add a footer. How do we add a footer? In footer, let's make it a modern footer. Nowadays, the type of we see nowadays. Footer will come below this. We'll create a div. Class. We will say container fluid so that it occupies the entire screen. And we will say background primary. Okay. Let's just see what is appeared. So footer has come. Now let's add some components in here. Let's create another div and say container. Let's check again. So now margin on both sides have come, and let's create a row in here. Oh, sorry, not like this. First we will create a div and class we will say row. Now this is a row, and in this row we will create 3 columns. So for 3 columns we will need class equal to call dash md. On medium screen we need 3, on a small screen it should come one below other 4. This will be column 1, column 2 and column 3. column 1, column 2 and column 3. And let's say text dash center. So text is center, but it is not looking good with blue background. So let's say text, make the text white. You see, now it is looking good. Now let's rename this sections and what we can put here. Let this be about section. Let this be quick links, and let third one will be contact us. About quick links and contact us. Now let's further, let's design more. What we will do, we will put them in heading 5. Earlier which heading we have used? 2. 2. So 2 was looking very big in here, but in this we don't need this much big, so we will use heading 5. And this margin this margin we will put in here. Okay, all the 3 one we will make like this only. I hope you are able to follow what I am doing. You can revisit this video and practice it for yourself. Here let me say a paragraph, and we will say our app is a simple and efficient way to manage your tasks, track progress, and boost productivity. Okay, and we will also say built with modern web technologies. In quick links, what we will do, in quick link we will add a list, unnumbered list, and this list will contain list items. Here we will say quick links means some link on our website. So for link we will use the anchor tag, and in anchor tag we will have to use href and hash. Why hash? So that it takes you to the home page at the top of the page. Second one, we can say quick, what we can say features, and let it take you to the features div. Next we can say roles, and it will take you to the roles and permissions section. So this we need to give a ID. Here we have not yet given ID to our roles section. So, you can add on new links later on, as and when we will keep on adding features. That time we will change these links. For now, just for the visual appeal, we are using this. Here, let's use paragraph, and in paragraph we will say email, and for email let's say info at taskmanager.app.com. Okay, here we will give a contact number +91. Okay, two things are okay. Let's see how it is looking. So it is looking nice, but we need to make some arrangements again. What arrangements? Text dash center, and you see the background is blue and these links are not visible. So for this we can use, there is one class here, text dash decoration. First make it white, because by default the anchor tag links come in blue color, so it is not visible on with background. See, now it has become text is white. Also this text center, because of this it is not looking nice, so we will keep the this text we will keep left aligned, and this one, these headings we will shift to middle. Let me check if it is working. Yeah, right. So this text center we will only use within the headings, and other text it will be left aligned. Run it and check it. Is it looking nice? No, I don't think so. It is looking nice. Let's keep these two in center, and about also let's keep left align itself. This will look more pretty, right? Okay, now let's give a little bit padding in this footer section, entire div. In this container, padding 2, so that it is applied from all sides. Let's see. Yes, little bit more. Now it is looking good. Let's see if it is responsive. Yes, it has come one below other, but here you can see we cannot distinguish each of them, so we will add more margin below each section. Margin Y3, let's say. Not Y margin, bottom, because above we don't want, at bottom we want. So now this is quite clear. Now let us beautify it a little bit more inside this row itself, these three columns. So we should come out of this row now, and we will use a horizontal line. This is also an empty tag. This horizontal line, and below this let's give our copyright message. This much is only fine. Let's create another div, class text dash center. Let's write here copy. What is this? For creating copyright symbol. 2025 task manager app, or let's say copyright task manager app, all rights reserved. Fine, that's good. Now I think this is looking very beautiful now. Let's make the background of this header also. Let's make it background primary to match our color scheme, right? This container fluid we will say bg dash primary. Not in this one, the above one, so that this margin, this padding space is also covered. Has it reload? Oh. So it doesn't reload it because one page is not saved. What we can do, either we can save it, or let's say check this box, always save resources before launching. So now it is launched and app should have become reachable. Why it didn't work? Let me check. Oh, already we have given bg body tertiary. So we will say bg body primary. Let's run it. It should be BG primary. Yes. And text should be white so that it perfectly matches our color scheme. Hmm. BG tertiary. It has not come. Maybe some classes overriding. Let's just check again. Navbar. This one was navbar. Navbar light. Let me check a dark one. Our background is dark now. This one. We are trying to achieve like this. Okay, so we have to say navbar, navbar dark, and BG is primary. So navbar is already there. Expand is already there. BG is primary. This is not required. We can say navbar dash dark. Let's refresh. See, now we have achieved this. Let us just increase few more menu bars here. Features and roles, and let's give a login link also. For login link, let us remove this search one for now. We don't need this search div. We will close the div. What is form? We have already seen. Here, let's say but button we should put, or simply a tag anchor link we will say href hash login. Here we will say login. Let's see how it has changed. You can see login, it has come here, but not appropriately. So we need to add some class. Let's say btn, means it should look like a button. It has become visible, and let's make button primary and see whether it is looking good or not. Yes, you can see. So these are menus and this is a button. Let's fold it. So here button is already there, login button is there. We, what I was saying you can use button or link, whatever you want as per your choice. Let us just finalize this home page and then we will move forward. Now I think it is looking much better than earlier. What we can do, this slider is too big. Let's, and this login div we can put in here if you want, otherwise it is your choice. This is carousel, this is carousel. Let's move this login section below this. Here it has come. Either we can keep here. Let's just see how it appears and then we will decide. First, let us enclose these two in a div. Okay. Let's see if there is some effect or not. They are still coming one below other because they should come under same row. They are in a row, but we have not yet told them how much column they will occupy. Let's say this will occupy 8 column and this will occupy 4 column. Okay, run it and save it. You see it has come here, but it should be vertically centered. For vertical center, what we have to do? We will see vertical alignment. So we will use this one, align middle. What to align middle? This one. Hmm, I think here we will need to see this entire div we need. It should be aligned in middle. Is it coming? No, not yet. Easily change the inline element table cell. I think for this purpose we have to use flex. What is flex? It is another inbuilt class. So what behavior we are trying to achieve? We are trying to achieve, this is horizontal alignment. Yeah, this is vertical alignment. We are trying to achieve this one. So we will use this thing in the login div container. Let me see if it works. It has worked a little bit, but what we need to do, we need to put it properly. It has changed, but I think we need to put it at appropriate place in the actually this div is containing the content, so we want to say this div will become a flexible div, and its item should align center. So this whole item should align in center, not this one. Otherwise here what it is doing, it is aligning these two items. So that layout is becoming a bit messed up. Now let me see. Yes, right. So this is what we want to achieve. Now I think this is looking good. Let's see if it is responsive. Not proper responsive. So now you know what we have to do. We have to tell on medium size it should take 8 and this should take 4, and on small size screen they should occupy fully, right? So one more feature I would like to demonstrate here. In mobile screen, if you want this section should come up and this should go down, you can use the order one, but let us not use it for now. And also a little bit work is left. This, let us make background of this section as gray light and this we will make white, so that it aligns with it, you know? So this is login. Now this feature, this we have background light we did earlier for the roles and permissions section. Now we will do it for feature section. Feature section, make it container fluid. Okay, this margin we need to avoid. So we will say margin bottom only. Above we don't need a margin. It's still there, so we need to change the margin nav bar. This, oh sorry, this is nav bar. This is carousel row. This column, this is carousel. MD4 carousel padding Y3. Is this padding or let me see. Somewhere it is taking extra margin. We need to track it where it is taking. Margin Y is 5. Margin Y for this features is 5. I think this may be the issue. Let me check. Yes, okay. So instead of margin, we will use basically padding we will use. Padding in this one we will use P-3. Let it take padding from all the sides. Now it's fine. Same thing here also we can do. Not this. We can remove this class from here. Here also empty class we can remove, we don't need it. Here we will say padding 3, not only vertically but from all sides. I think now this is fine. Now we can remove this login button actually, because the form is now visible at the start of the page. This one we will remove. See, we are designing a page live. This is not pre-coded, so we are making changes as per our need as and when it is arising. Is it looking nice? Or we should make one more last change we will do and then we will wind it up. This is fine. In this one, BG light. Now it's good. my3 my3 my and swap this again. Is it looking fine? I think this much is enough. Let us just make last changes. You see these icons are similar to them. We will just change them a bit as per new icons. Let me search for admin. We will say this gear we will put. We can just change here. What is the name? Gear. Let me see if it's working. Yes. For manager, let's see. For normal user, we will use people. For user, we will use or what it is. Person circle this we will keep take for manager. Person circle circle and for normal user let's take person. Okay, now it's fine. Do you want to change the swap the color as well? This we will do here and this we will do here. Otherwise you are free to do the color coding as per your choice. I think now this is fine. Now one thing did you observe? We are making the changes again and again, and every time we make a change we have to press this relaunch button from here, so it becomes a bit cumbersome repeating the same task again and again. So for this we have got a utility which we call as dev tools, and it helps us to restart the project whenever we make a change in it. Now next what we will do, we will right now what we have seen, We have seen we are navigating on the same page. Same page we are moving again and again. Features, roles. Features is already visible here, I think. That's why it is not coming. This is roles. This is features. Features we have not given ID. Again we have to restart. Now it is working. Roles. Acha, here we have given features, roles, contact us. Now next what we will do, we have to now connect our app to backend. But before starting this backend part, let us just improve the efficiency of our coding by automating this thing. Like if I am making some changes here, I am saying sys out hello or index page loaded. Again I have to recheck, relaunch this app. So what we will use a new tool, dev tools, to incorporate it in our application, so that whenever I make a change in the application, in the code, the project will automatically relaunch. So I don't need to press this launch button again and again. So for adding that tool, we need to add its dependency. Why? Because we depend on some libraries or code which we need to add here. So where do we add dependencies? In form.xml file, we want to add dependency, so we will add just below the last dependency. Wherever you want you can add, but it's always better to keep on adding dependencies at the bottom. Now where to find the dependency? Which tool we are using? Maven we are using to build our project object model. We are using Maven, so we will say Maven dev tools dependency. Okay, so you can see here it has come. It is suggested by Copilot, but I will tell you the right place to get the repositories. Just a second. You can see Maven repository, mvnrepository.com. This is the official location where we will go and check the dependencies. So here we will use the latest version. So this is how we add a dependency. We have to write copy this, paste it back. We can remove this extra line, and this what it is saying. In Spring Boot we don't need to overriding managed, what it is saying, overriding managed version. So we don't need to mention version. It will be automatically managed by this our based on the version of our Spring Boot. Spring Boot will automatically manage it for us. Now this Spring Boot, now you see these other dependencies here. These are some different kind of dependencies. These are Spring Boot startup, Thymeleaf, web, test. These you can see here we have used group ID, artifact ID. Here also we have used group ID and artifact ID. And here we have introduced one more parameter like scope. What does it tell? What does the scope tell? Okay, this dependency will be used only during testing phase. Why? Because when we will deploy it to production, do we need testing there? No. It will be tested in during testing phase. And this dev tools also we need during our development phase only. So we tell it use it during runtime only. Okay. And it will be optional. Optional means it is for our case in this scenario, it is the best practice to write optional so that it is not carried forward to other projects. Sometimes what happens, one of our project will act as a dependency to other project, and in that case, if this project later becomes a library for some other project, then this dev tool will be inherited to that project also. So we will say this is optional. It will remain only in this one and it will not be added to the other projects. So now let us see what effect will come here. First we will stop the project, then we will update the project using Maven project. We have updated. Now you can see here, we can see dev tools is there now. So let us start it for once, close this file and let me see, is it running? Project is running. Now let me make a little bit change. What change? Any change we can make. Yeah, you see I have put a system.out.println Java command and you can see this is printed in console. Now let me remove this. I removed it and I saved it. You saw? You see? Project automatically restarted. You saw that? Now let me check it for front end part also. In front end, if we make some major change, it will restart when using time leaf and let me just for this features, let me write test. I have saved it. I have not rerun. Let me see if this has changed. You see, now it is reflecting immediately. Whatever I make change in front end, it is immediately reflected here. I remove it, I save it, I directly go here, I refresh it, it is changing. I don't need to go again and again here or here and restart the project. Similarly, as soon as I will change code, Control S, save it, the application is automatically restarted. So this way you see how fast we will be able to develop our code. So this is one more tool which we have introduced and this will really speed up our development. So I think what we should do next for today, I think it is almost enough. From tomorrow in the next session, we will start our backend development along with front end. What we will do, we will submit username and password to log into our app. Okay. All right. So let's wrap up for today's session. Let's just do a recap what we did today. Today we started by revisiting our simple bootstrap layout from last time, and then we upgraded it to into a more feature-rich sections with more feature-rich sections. We explored how Bootstrap's container, row, column system works to keep our design responsive. We looked at the breakpoint sizes and understood that extra small is for mobile, SM is for small screens, MD is for tablet, LG is for laptop, and big desktops, double XL. We then discussed different ways to style our pages like inline CSS, internal CSS, external CSS. We saw the how to use icons in our application. We saw how to create a custom section using row and column classes. And finally, we introduced another tool, dev tools, which will really speed up our development by not needing to restart the project again and again. So this is for now. You can always connect back using email or our training portal. You can post your query in a discussion forum, or you can post your query using the message box also, right? So thank you everybody. Thank you for joining. Thanks.